Hi, Pine Bush students, and welcome to Read Across America Day. In honor of this day, I'm a children's author who loves to write fun science books for children like you. And so I'm going to read to you today a little bits of a few of the books that you can get from the library. And so let's start off with one of the first books that I wrote where I visited schools was called Micromania, a really close up look at bacteria, bed bugs, and zillions of other gross little creatures that live in, on, and all around you. And let's just see. I will start from I want to read you a bit of the opening chapter where I sort of capture the flavor of the book. The chapter is called You Are Never Alone, or You're Never Alone. Try not to panic, but there are billions of tiny creatures crawling all over your skin. They're wriggling on your legs, your arms, your neck, your scalp, everywhere. And get this, these tiny critters survive by chowing down on millions of little pieces of dead skin that you shed every day. Hey, quit scratching and keep reading. And that is just the outside of your body. Trillions more of these itty bitty creatures live inside your body. Like it or not, they squirm around in your intestines, invade your nose, and cause stinky breath in your mouth. These microorganisms, known as bacteria, can only be seen with a microscope. But thanks to the hard work of curious scientists, we know that these little creatures can eat, breathe, move, and make more, quote, baby bacteria in as little as 15 minutes. Now, before you boil your body or kill the next curious scientist you see, you should know two things. One, everyone's body is home to countless bacteria. And two, without all these bacteria, you'd be dead. From watching TV commercials for soap, you might think that all bacteria are bad. Sure, some kinds of bacteria are known as germs can cause diseases and even death. But most bacteria are either totally harmless or very helpful. For starters, bacteria created most of the oxygen that you breathe. And remember, all those bacteria living on your skin, they do a very important job. These are good bacteria, and they help you by crowding out the bad bacteria that would love to join the party. The bacteria that live in your gut help us keep us alive in two ways. They help us digest our food so our bodies can have energy and nutrients. And second, they break down our grub and create vitamins like vitamin K and B12, which we need to survive. When I was writing this book, I actually started to feel some sympathy for bacteria because they always get such a bad rap all the time. All bacteria are seen as bad, and many of them are very helpful. So I wrote a song that you can also look up on YouTube, or maybe a librarian can share with you, called The Germ Spangled Banner, that I end up singing. So you can check that out. Another book I'd like to share with you is this is a book I wrote a few years ago called Fooled Ya. And you can't quite see that. Too much light. Hang on one sec. How your brain gets tricked by optical illusions, magicians, hoaxes, and more. And I was very curious. When I was probably about your age in elementary school, I used to be the great Giordini, and I used to love doing magic shows. And so I was very curious about how the mind is fooled. And so I'm going to read you this chapter called Can You Trust Your Brain? Whoops, there we go. Can you trust your brain? And the answer is not always. And the book has a little character that keeps popping in. His name is Brian D. Brain, and he is the little host and character. And he says at the beginning, I'm Brian D. Brain, and just like your brain, I am perfect all the time. Okay, most of us don't give our brains a second thought. But without this squishy blob in your skull, your body would be a messy lump of useless organs and bones. A brainless version of you wouldn't be able to see, hear, smell, taste, or touch. Forget about doing your homework, skiing down a mountain, or inventing an excuse for why you haven't cleaned your room. Without your brain, you've got nothing. Even the automatic functions of your body, such as keeping your heart beating and your stomach digesting, rely on your brain. And yes, the brain is an amazing, incredible organ, but it is far from perfect. That's right. Your brain can't always be trusted. It jumps to conclusions, messes up memories,